When travelling in the African bush, one has to handle a certain amount of risk management, if for want of a better word. And firstly, footwear. One should wear boots, and I know a lot of people don't. They wear sandals, and I believe in a good set of sturdy boots. They will protect mostly against biting insects, scorpions, and if you're unlucky, or lucky, depending on which way you want to look at it, snakes. So a decent pair of boots. I wear these sometimes around the camp. Although around the camp it's equally hazardous on your feet. So I will wear these if I'm having a shower, moving to and from the ablution block and things like that. But I won't wear them, and I especially won't wear them at night. Because the night critters, you won't see them. And of course then there's the thing about mosquitoes. You have to protect yourself against mosquitoes. So there are a number of ways of doing that. Mosquito prophylactics, malaria prophylactics, that's up to your doctor. It's a subject all on its own. So I'm just going to talk about prevention. We've been using these armbands. They contain a citronella sponge, if you like. You can smell it, and up to now we've only been wearing them at night, and I think they're quite effective. I don't believe they're full protection. They claim, I think, a little more than they actually deliver, but I do think they help. I really do think they help. So we've been wearing them, and an ordinary bug spray. Now this one is called Bugger Off. It is definitely effective, no question about it, but considering how little there is in the can and its cost, I would say it is not good value for money. It was expensive. So, and we've almost run out of it, and I only bought one can, which is not going to be enough for us, so I'm going to have to try and get some in Lusaka. We'll be in Lusaka in 2 days' time. That's the capital of Zambia, and we will try and get some more. Probably not this brand, South African brand. We'll probably find something like Peaceful Sleep, which I have always used, and it's always been effective. And also preventative from mosquito bites. Long trousers. I wear these around the camp in the evening. So when I arrive at camp, and after I've had my shower, I put on long trousers, and I will make sure that I spray particularly my socks and my ankles, because that's a big danger area. Under the leg here also. If it's tight against the skin under the leg, that's where mosquitoes get you. So you'll find most bites are actually in the lower section, and you must use a lot of this, particularly on the lower section, and of course the exposed skin. That goes without saying. The Zambian banknotes are very interesting, with a common theme of wildlife. Fish eagle, this is the 100 kwacha, with the Cape buffalo. The 50, again the fish eagle, and leopard. The 20 with looks like a lechwe. The 10 porcupine. Some of them get very tatty indeed. The 5 with a lion, and lastly the 2 kwacha note with what I think is a roan antelope. That's it. $95 it cost us to stay here. I consider that a lot of money. And had there been game all over the place, I mean really just an incredible experience, then I might be able to justify it in my mind and want to stay another night and spend that money again. But for me it's just too expensive. If it had been a different experience, I might have wanted to stay. But so instead, we're going to a camp just outside the reserve, where one doesn't have to pay the very high park fees. And I know we were there 2 nights ago, and it was amazing, and we had animal encounters. So I think the value is a lot better out there. The alternative is to go further north, we're told there are lots and lots of animals, but again, very high fees, and perhaps we've come at the wrong time of year. That's debatable, but I'm getting that impression from the people that I've spoken to. It would be better in the wet season. So what we're doing today is we're heading back to the Roy's campsite, which is just outside the reserve, and we're going to try and organize a boat, take a boat trip, and experience some of the wildlife that way.
Good full drive.
On our way back to Roy's camp on the river, the drought is all too obvious. We see hardly any game at all, the most common creature being more of those pesky tsetse flies. And back on the river, the elephant is still there. This time, quite close to where we want to set up camp.
We've returned to Hook Bridge Safari Camp. This is actually Roy's camp. Roy's is the other name. The signpost says Roy's camp, and we're back on the river. We were just saying a few minutes ago, it's been a very quiet day in terms of filming. Not much has happened. We've been on the road, didn't see much game this morning, and we're preparing for our boat trip, which is going to happen now tomorrow morning. And we have a visitor, same elephant that slowed our progress yesterday on the way to the camp. It's a male, lone male. He seems quite happy with people around. He's eating, and if he comes over here, we will go over there. But right now, he looks quite happy with things.
Okay, fella, what's on your mind?
Into that side of the car. Usually get into the other side. Walk around the front.
The important thing here is to let the elephant know that we are not a threat, and we do that by backing away.
I'm a little bit uncomfortable actually with him. He's uncomfortably close for me. He's aware of us, and we're aware of him. And I get the impression that he's very used to people. Okay, get in the car. Where is he?
I don't know.
Okay, he's walking by. Okay. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's looking away from us. Yeah, he's not aggressive. That would have been a very tight turn. I'm not sure if the car had that turning circle. The Isuzu's turning circle is not the best. Okay. Bit of excitement for the day, don't you think? Today we met Linda Forrest. She is obviously an expert in Zambia tourism, and she has a particular love for self-drive tourism. She's not one of the operators of the big fancy kind of, upper end lodges. She is involved with lodging of the middle to lower tariffs, and understands the needs of the self-drive enthusiast in Zambia. And I asked her, what best piece of advice could she give the self-drive Zambia explorer?
I think the most important thing is to make sure you've got time on your hands. Zambia is not a country you can do in a hurry. Also, it's not a destination to come to if you specifically want to see the Big Five. You can see the Big Five, it's not a problem. The parks are all pretty well stocked. The Kafue maybe not so much, but South Luangwa, Lower Zambezi, they've all got a great deal of game. But it's interesting to remember that Zambia has 40% of Africa's water flowing through it. So the waterfalls in this country are spectacular and really unvisited. So the best thing to do is to make sure you've got a lot of time and do some research online. And if you're going to be in a hurry and you don't have much time on your hands, rather get hold of the lodges and pre-plan your trip and make sure that you pre-booked. It's the best way to get the best out of it. Also make sure you've got a bit of extra money in your budget so that you can actually go on guided trips or organize safaris with the lodges. They know where to go, they know where the best game is. The chances of seeing everything that you're looking for is way better than you actually driving yourself if you're short of time. If you have a great deal of time on your hands, sky's the limit. You can just keep wandering around. It is a stunning country.
So after a day that started off really calmly with not really much happening at all, ended off with a lovely piece of excitement around the campfire. The boat trip is happening. It'll happen from sunrise tomorrow morning. What we will find on the Kafui River, your guess is as good as mine.
This is the bush that the elephant was eating, and
How far the elephant was.
so it's really, that's how close we were to Grandad Elephant today.